All aboard! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans of all ages, I am Beast Mikey. You have now arrived at my train of thought. Night one of WrestleMania was crazy, wasn't it? A lot of dramatic stuff, a lot of good stories were told, and some amazing abilities from Jade Cargill and Jacob Fatu, especially in terms of their physical skills and talents, and then what Paul Heyman did at the very end was absolutely insane. I went 5-1 with my picks. I won't count El Grande Americano's win as one for me here, because on the recording, I did it before I found out Rey Mysterio was out for WrestleMania, and I decided to go with Rey Fenix on the Spaces pod with Dave the Stepdad. We'll be back on tonight around 6:45-ish. Look for Beast Mike on Twitter/X, and you will find us. And I went with Rey Fenix on that podcast, and if you were following along, I went 3 out of 4 when it came to our disagreements, and the stakes for our It's Still Real to Me draft will go as follows. Whoever has the better WrestleMania record will end up having a free agency, get out of jail free card, if you will, a cut the line type of flow for our next season's draft, which will be held after the WWE draft commences. So look out for that. That'll probably happen sometime in May or June, depending on when WWE does the draft. Anyway, we're here for night 2, and the picks for tonight's WrestleMania event in Vegas. Let's get to business. I'm going to start, like I said, with Randy Orton's WrestleMania Open Challenge. And you might have heard some of these picks during said pod I did last night. And for Randy, I think he's going to win no matter who it's against. Now, the rumors have obviously been that Rusev is back, and they could bring somebody up from NXT to kind of get their flowers and get their shine on, sure. But ultimately, I think Randy Orton's going to end up getting it done no matter who it's against, with the 3 most devastating letters in all sports and entertainment and wrestling, RKO. I think Randy Orton gets it done. Next to the other mystery situation we've got going on, the tag team match. Now, Bayley was taken out of the picture yesterday, and she will not be in this tag team title match for the women. Lyra Valkyria, and we'll have to find a partner against Liv and Raquel. And I do think Lyra does find a partner. I am looking forward to who it may be, but no matter who it is, I think Lyra and said mystery partner get the job done. I'm going to go with Lyra's team regardless of who wins, so she becomes a double champion. I don't think she's going to hold that title long, and obviously for those who watch Stand and Deliver, we saw Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan win the number 1 contenders match, and I think they're due for the titles when they are going to be available on Tuesday. Next up, the street fight, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. This has been kind of building for a year. A lot of you may remember how Priest won the World Heavyweight Championship. I was there. It was awesome. When he cashed in Money in the Bank, and thanks to a little bit of an assist from CM Punk, snatched the title from Drew, who had just won the title from Seth Rollins. And this street fight has been building for a long time now, especially with Priest getting one-ups at the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. Drew McIntyre bringing the pain as much as he can. I think McIntyre is going to get this job done. This will be a good match. I think it'll be very physical, and it's going to be chaotic and all over the place. But ultimately, I think it'll be Drew McIntyre that gets the win and keeps it moving forward. So I think McIntyre gets it done here. Logan Paul, AJ Styles. This build, I think, has been the weakest of all the WrestleMania builds. But in terms of in-ring stuff, I think these two are going to show up and show out. And I think it's going to be really, really fun, because these two put on really good matches individually, but now together, I think the athleticism is going to be off the charts great. I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I feel like AJ Styles' WrestleMania window, and window for that matter in wrestling, is dwindling. And I think AJ's got one more title run in him, to be honest. And to get it, I think the first step is to beat Logan Paul. I do think Logan Paul is going to be a world champion. I do think it's going to happen at some point soon, because he's so good in the ring. And I have to think Logan's going to get a title shot at some point in time, at least another one. Maybe at the new champion, Jey Uso, but we'll see. Anyway, for now, I think AJ's going to get this done, and I think AJ's got one more title run left in him. Now to the 3 title matches of the evening. without mystery. First, the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. I love Braun Breaker. Some of y'all know this. Some of y'all know the Monday Night Ribs thing that I do whenever Braun Breaker pulls up on Raw. And obviously, I'll switch it up during the podcast. But I do love me some Braun Breaker. I think Braun is so fun in the ring to watch. It's so entertaining. The speed, the power, all of it. But I think Braun is time to go towards the World Heavyweight Championship picture. I think he absolutely deserves to be in the title frame. He's had a really good rookie year on the main roster, and I think Breaker can stand to go towards the world title matches. Anyway, for Finn, for Dom, for Penta. For Finn, it feels like it's now or never for him of Intercontinental Championship or going after more gold for him. For Dom, it feels like he's just beginning, and in Penta's case in WWE, he's obviously just beginning, and Penta's been hot since he pulled up into the company. I want to see Dom win this match. I really, really want to see Dom win the Intercontinental Championship and really start his title-winning arc, because Dom has been so good over the last couple of years. I want to see Dom Mysterio get his flowers. Give me Dom Mysterio to pin Finn Balor, and this kind of signal a new change when it comes to Judgment Day, who has had some different changes over the last few months, obviously, since SummerSlam. Give me Dom to pin Finn Balor and effectively kind of sort of kick Balor out of the group. To a match that I really thought should have and very well could have main evented night one. The triple threat for the Women's World title of Bianca, Io, and Rhea. Io is so fun to watch. I've said for a couple years now, I think she's top 5 in terms of women's wrestling currently. She's so good in ring and so fluid, and it's so cold when it comes to her style and abilities. But Bianca's also in that group, in that class. And so is Rhea in that S-tier class, to be honest. And how Bianca continues to do her thing in the ring, and how gifted and how athletic she is. And then Rhea, who is so incredibly powerful and so incredibly dominant as champion. There are 3 women who are pillars in the company. Triple H wasn't lying. They are pillars in women's wrestling in general. If Io weren't champion, I feel so much better about saying I think Io wins this match. I think Io retains the title and pins Rhea to do it. I think Bianca's the one to take the title from Io Sky. I just don't think it's tonight. I think it'll be Io retaining, and Bianca does not get pinned at WrestleMania once again. So I think Io retains. And now, of course, to the main event. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, WWE Championship. Can Cena get to 17? Can Cody keep his now 380-day title reign as WWE Champion? Where Cody obviously won the title at WrestleMania Night 2 last year. He was chasing it for 2 years, but he finally got it. And now that Cody has the championship, he's taken on all comers and all challengers and beaten all challengers. It's been a pretty good run for Cody. And then there's Cena, who we know is on his last run. Could tonight be his last night in WWE? That is, I think it's on the table that John Cena literally retires on the spot of him with the WWE Championship, leaving the company in kind of sort of shambles and creating a brand new champion for the sake of creating a brand new champion. A la CM Punk 2011 flows. This has been a really good story and a really good build, and the bars that they've traded at each other have been fun and dramatic, especially those 3 shows in Europe. It's been a really good show between the 2 of them. What does Cena mean by I don't have to out-wrestle you to beat you for the title? Will the final boss be pulling up in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Because let's face it, that's how all this started. I think Cena gets 17. Cody was able to win WrestleMania Endgame last year, but it feels like this is an entirely different game. And the power of Cena and The Rock, if they to show themselves, if Rock does pull up, I think is going to be too great. And I think John Cena will get to number 17, and which will allow him to either retire as champion or just crush all challengers before him until the year is up. Because after WrestleMania, he didn't say anything else about SummerSlam or Survivor Series or Money in the Bank or anything. He just said Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania are his last. Those are his last. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with John if he does win the title. If he doesn't, okay, John Cena probably continues to keep moving forward and try to get 17 before he goes. Everything's on the table, and I think that this is going to be a dramatic match where all of us are going to be captivated by what happens. So there you have it. That's my Night 2 predictions. And I want you to post yours below on all the socials that I'm going to send it to. Once again, look out for It's Still Real to Me, WrestleMania Night 2 podcast. It's going to be on Twitter. Look out for that. Look out for Beast Mike. You can find me there. And I did not forget, Dolphin mock drafts are coming. I will be doing 2 more. Remember, I do one with and then one without trades. And you will see them on Monday, and then you will see one more on Thursday. Will I do one on Friday after we know what we know about round 1? Maybe. That's also in play. There may be a 2 trade video to go with that or instead of that. Anyway, the 13th pick will be the first stop of my next train of thought.